Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run with Gibson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Love from the gun. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Love taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. strike first here in this wild card matchup. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Muscles him off. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Neville Gallimore coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got room. And he's got this down to the 35. 52 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo up and good. And it's now 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Glove. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moved.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Neville Gallimore picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 21-0 our score after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Working out of the gun. Love. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Neville Gallimore able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And got his man, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Shedding the tackle. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It will come out to the 25. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 27, Love. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Grant Delpit coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I have no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play here for Dallas. Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now Love. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Pushing through the contact. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. To throw now, here's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A first down throw for Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. On second down, it's Pollard.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he is out of bounds here. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and just a couple of inches.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back now here on EA Sports. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Love now. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
On second down, Pollard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Neville Gallimore. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing. Love. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 89 yards. And Washington able to get a score back. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing is it puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down. I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, I have to say, in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you've got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wire.